Hi yogis, it's week 25, and this week we are talking all about our wrists and what you might consider carpal tunnel. And don't worry, if you're pregnant, it is most likely specific to pregnancy because you have the hormone relaxin in your system. If you're not pregnant and you're following along with this video, that's great. Ignore my references to pregnancy and have fun with the practice. So to start off today, we're going to start in a cross-legged position. And roll your shoulders back, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. Start to let go of what's been going on in your life today, any craziness, any further uncomfortableness with your pregnancy. Just be present here in this moment and really check in with how you are. Move your shoulders away from your ears, letting go of any stress, feeling the tension roll down your back and off your body. Feel any tightness in your face, any clenching of your jaw start to slacken. Your breath becoming deeper and easier, relaxing your body. A moment to set an intention. This could be something as easy as being present during your practice, really paying attention to the here and now. Or it can be to do the best for your body, for your baby, whatever speaks to you. One more big inhale. And exhale through your nose. Flutter your eyes open and take your hands together in front of your body. Lace your fingers together into a prayer position and make little circles with your hands. Really getting those snaps and all those pops out of your wrists. And reverse the way. And go back the way you first went. Take your left hand and then press your fingers down toward the floor. Again, you don't want it to cause pain, but you want to feel a little bit of a stretch here. Anytime you feel pain in yoga, that's a good sign to back off and find a place of maybe a little bit of relaxing, something that you can ease into, but not necessarily pain. And pick your palms together this time and press up toward your fingers. So reversing the stretch. And same thing on the other side. Back of your hand, place your palm and press in. Find that place of discomfort, back off a little bit and stay there. Again, this is not a week-specific video. I know me personally, I experienced my wrist starting to dislocate and really be out of socket throughout my entire pregnancy, especially toward the end there when the relaxin is quite heavy in your system. So if you need to come back to this video, make sure you remember it. Flip your palms together, left hand sneaks up, and push the right fingers back. Again, these are stretches that you can do at any moment. We will do more of a yoga practice here in a moment, but these are great stretches that you can do as you're sitting watching TV, relaxing at night. If you're working on your computer and your wrists start to act up, just give them a good stretch. And last time, interlace your fingers and make circles again. Hopefully they feel a little bit looser. Reverse the motion. And then come onto all fours. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. And you're going to face your fingers forward to start with. And gently lean forward so that your shoulders come past your wrists. Again, notice any discomfort. If you have to back off, back off. And take your right hand and turn it so that your palm is facing up. Gently stretch your hand this way. Switching sides, this time your left palm faces up, right hand supports you. Stretch your left wrist. Flip it back to normal. And take both hands so that your fingers are facing the long sides of your mat, and just rock gently back and forth. Take a few breaths on each side. Now the rather odd stretch. You're going to turn your fingers so that they're facing your knees. Again, notice if there's any discomfort. Once you get there, start to lean back, and you want to get your heels of your hands to start to work toward the mat here. And come back to neutral. Face your fingers forward. Our tabletop position that we practice. And you're going to inhale, drop the belly down, feel the weight of the baby, pull your shoulder blades back, expand your chest, and on your exhale, come back to neutral. Long neck here. Inhale, drop baby down, stretch your belly, look forward, pull your heart forward. Exhale, come back to neutral. One more time, inhale, and exhale back to your neutral position. Take your toes, tuck your toes under, spread your fingers nice and wide. Make sure you're pressing through your middle finger, your pointer finger, and your thumb nice and hard on the mat, creating contact. With your toes tucked under, start to lift your hips up toward the ceiling. Take a slight bend in your knee, and find a flat back in your downward facing dog. If this is too much on your wrists, take your fingers so that your middle finger is pointing toward the corner of your mat, and just take your arms a little bit wider so that your hands are maybe touching at the edge of your mat. This is a good place for you to stay and really work on your wrists. Gently lower your heels, start to straighten your knees, keep that back nice and flat. Drop your head, let go of any tension in your neck. Again, imagine it rolling off the back, dropping to the floor, releasing from your body. Look forward at your hands, and one little step at a time, walk your feet forward. Keep your feet nice and wide, about hips distance apart. And on your inhale, look forward, stretch your back. Exhale, release. Do an inhale again. Find a flat back. If you need to take your hands to your shins, take your hands to your shins. Exhale, release. And one more time, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, release. This time you're going to roll up slow like a rag doll all the way to standing. And on your exhale, roll your shoulders back. Inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling, palms touch. Exhale, forward fold, flat back here, a little bend in your knee. Keep your feet wide for baby. Inhale, look forward slightly, Ardha Uttanasana, coming halfway up. Exhale, release, and step back to downward facing dog. Again, keep those hands wide. Find your flat back. Let your heels sink to the floor. Gently lower your knees to the mat. And we're going to take your right foot all the way forward between your hands. It takes a couple steps to get there. That's okay. Just get your foot there. Sink your hips down nice and low. Keep baby on the inside. Hold here for a few breaths. Gently walk your right foot to the long edge of your mat. Take both hands to the inside and baby to the inside. And then start to lean forward a little bit more, getting a little bit deeper into that hip. If you're here and you're fine on your hands, stay on your hands. If you'd like to come down to your elbows for a little bit deeper of a stretch, that's fine too. This is a lizard stretch. Wherever you're at, come all the way up to straight arms. Switch sides. You're going to come back to your tabletop neutral position. And then on your inhale, take your left foot forward. Find that neutral position, so one hand on either side of your foot. Sink your hips down. Stretching the front side of your hip flexor. And then walk your left foot to the long edge of your mat. Both hands to the inside, baby to the inside. Sink your hips low. Again, you can stay here, kind of bend your arms to find your sweet spot. That can either be palms on the floor or take it all the way down so that your elbows are on the floor. Remember your inhale and your exhale are nice and even. Working on an ujjayi breath, which is an inhale and an exhale through the nose, almost making an audible sound. Coming back up to your hands, walk your foot back to center, and then come back to a tabletop position. Hands wide, fingers spread, push through that pointer, middle, and thumb. Curl your toes and push your hips back, downward facing dog. Hold here for an inhale. On your exhale, look forward and walk your feet up, keeping your feet hip distance apart. Find your forward fold. Inhale, look forward. Flat back, hands to your shins or gently grazing the mat. Exhale, release, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, sweep the arms back and all the way up, making a flat back, come up to stand. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, looking halfway up. Exhale, release, and walk your feet back to downward dog. Find the comfortable position for your wrists. Spread those fingers wide. And on your inhale, take your right foot all the way forward between your hands. Place your left heel back. And you're going to bend your right knee so that it's directly over your right ankle. Take your right arm and place it on your right thigh. And then reach your arm up to the ceiling. Side angle pose. Remember here, we really want to start to turn our torso so we can look up to the ceiling. Do what's comfortable here for baby. So if baby's a little bit heavy and it's pulling you forward, that's fine. Keep your hand on your hip and just really sink your hips down and start to roll your shoulder open. You're going to have a different range of motion than you normally would when you're not pregnant. And from here, we're going to straighten our leg, come all the way up to stand. Take your arms wide. If you need a block here, be sure to grab a block. If not, you can rest your hand on your shin. If you have a block, place it in front of your foot. Arms are wide, shift your hips back, your arms forward, reach as far as you can, and then reach down with your right hand for the block. Left arm reaches up to the ceiling, creating lots of space here for baby. If you do not have a block and you're resting your hand on your shin, make sure you keep those fingers light so that you can almost lift your hand off and still stay in the position. One more breath here. And release to the floor. Bend that front knee, rotate your back heel, and come back to downward facing dog. Left foot comes all the way forward. Drop your back heel. Left elbow comes to your left knee, and rotate your torso. Reach the arm up to the sky, or if that's uncomfortable for you, keep your right hand on your hip. Hold here for a few breaths, starting to find the rotation in your torso while you sink your hips low. Push your legs straight, come all the way up to stand. Straighten your arms out to the side. push your hips back, your arms come forward, place your block in front of your hand, in front of your ankle if you need it, or gently rest your palm on your shin. Triangle pose. This was one of my favorite stretches, my favorite poses during pregnancy. It created so much space for baby, and it really gave me a break in my torso to start to stretch those muscles out. And release your hand down to the mat, bend your front knee, flip your back heel, come back to downward facing dog. Gently lower your knees to the mat, sink your hips back onto your heels, sit up straight, and you're going to swing your ankles around. Take the soles of your feet together into a toddler's pose, or more of a diamond or a butterfly shape. Grab onto your feet, sit up nice and tall, roll your shoulders back, finding space for baby, and then start to gently lean forward. Again, we're not looking to dive forward and place your face on the mat or anything like that. It's more of a stretch for your inner thigh. So keeping your back flat, go until you find that place of resistance and a stretching sensation, and then hold there. Focus your breath on the place where you feel the most sensation and start to relax there. Again, your body's doing the work, releasing the hormones and getting your hips ready for birth. So it's pretty likely that you're feeling sore in your hips, you're feeling like things are shifting around, you might have some lower back sciatic pain, but unfortunately it's not reserved to just staying in one place in our body, in our hips where we actually need it. That hormone releases everywhere, which is the reason why your wrists are getting so sore. And sit up tall. One more time. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, find all that length in your spine. And on the exhale, keeping that flat back, come forward. If you'd like, you can use your elbows to start to push your knees, your thighs down to the side. Roll the shoulder blades back. Lean the heart forward. And come all the way up. Bring your knees together and grab for your block. We're going to take our meditation on our side today, which is a great alternative during pregnancy. If you are comfortable laying on your back and you'd like to take your meditation on your back, feel free. If you're going on your side, go ahead and use one arm to support your head and take your block and just place it between your knees. This gives your hips some more stability. Your other hand can gently rest in front of you, creating some support. When you're comfortable, close your eyes and start to find yourself melting into the mat, starting at your head, working down your neck, each part of your body, releasing and relaxing. Coming to your back, your abdominals, staying strong, supporting baby, but releasing any unneeded tension. Working to your hips, knowing that they're doing their job. They may not feel as stable as normal, but your body is doing exactly what it's meant to do. Coming to your legs that have been working hard, carrying around a little extra weight. And just let those muscles release. And finally to your feet. Again, working extra hard. Let your toes uncurl. The tension roll off the top of your foot and down your toes. And let the steady inhale and exhale take over. This is your time today. So stay here in your relaxed meditative state for as long as you'd like. Whether it's 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Let yourself go. Hope you enjoyed our stretches for your wrists and our little yoga practice today. Until next week, yogis, namaste.